With the edger in rimless mode, cut the clip lenses to cover the outside dimensions of the frame. Set sizes will vary from frame to frame depending on the thickness of each frame's eye wire. Set sizes will range from 1.5 to 2.5 millimeters above zero for metal frames and from 2.5 to 6 millimeters or more for plastic frames. Place the frame face down on the layout chart. Center the frame using the center bridge line. Using a grease pencil or non-permanent marker, place a mark over the appropriate lines according to which size hardware you will be using. Holding the clip lenses in front of the frame, transfer the layout marks onto the clip lenses. Next, place a mark on the right clip lens at or just slightly above the ED. Note, it is better to be just above the ED than below it. Next, while holding the clip lenses back to back, check that the top bar marks are at the same location and copy the ED mark onto the left lens. Check the gap size of each fitting by pushing them onto the clip lenses. Fittings should fit snug. Since Eclipse hardware can accommodate lenses with edge thicknesses ranging from 1.4 to 1.7 millimeters, it may be necessary to reduce the gap size. If needed, reduce the gap size using a pair of pliers. Repeat this step for all 4 fittings. Next, spread an even coat of primer on the inside surface of each fitting. Re-wet the brush after each application. Always allow 1 to 2 minutes for the primer to dry. If the primer is still wet when the glue is applied, the primer will act as an activator and the adhesive will instantly dry, preventing you from assembling the clip. Repeat this step for all 4 fittings. Score each lens at the layout marks made in step 3. Place the open end of the scoring tool over each layout mark, squeeze tightly, and while moving the lens up and down, gently pull the lens away. Be sure to pull the lens away from the scoring tool as straight as possible as not to make a mark too wide. A good score will be whitish in color. Repeat this step for all 4 fittings. Place 1 small drop of adhesive on each side of the applicator and spread an even coat along the inside surfaces of the fitting. Push the fitting onto the scored section of lens. Swipe away any excess glue that may have been pushed out of the fitting using paper strips. Repeat this step for all 4 fittings. After allowing the adhesive on the clip to dry for 4 or 5 minutes, cut the prongs to the desired length. Be sure to leave the prong long enough so that there is an extra millimeter or so to bend on the end. Bend the end at a 45-degree angle. Slide the shrink tubing over the end of each prong, bend it at the end, and cut at that bend. Next, using a heat gun or hot air frame warmer, shrink the tubing onto the prong. Tubing must cover the entire prong and leave no sharp edge exposed. Using acetone and cotton swabs, remove any adhesive that may have been pushed out of the fittings or that may have been accidentally placed on the front or back surfaces of the lens. Be sure the cotton swabs are not too wet with acetone by dabbing them on a cloth or towel. Acetone may be used on the front and back surfaces of the clip lenses without damaging them. It is best to avoid using acetone on the cut edges of the lenses. Finally, use lens cleaner for a final cleaning. With the RX lenses or demo lenses still in the frame, measure the frame's B measurement at its widest point using the digital caliper as shown. Note the size. Remove the RX or demo lenses from the frame. Measure the lens's B measurement at its widest point as shown. Note the size. Now, subtract the lens's B measurement from the frame's B measurement. If working with a frame with RX lenses, add 0.3 millimeters. If working with a frame with demo lenses, add 0.4 millimeters. This final result is your set size. For 3-piece rimless frames, cut the clip lenses 0.8 millimeters to 1.2 millimeters larger than normal.